Hello everyone, my name is Colleen Lemma. I'm the angelic astrologer and spiritual consultant for angelmessenger.net, and it is Sunday, February 23rd, 2014. I got done just a little bit ago doing the weekly angel card reading, and as I started that video, I had talked about a lot of planetary energies and redirections that were getting ready to take place. So I said in that video that I was going to make a soul reflections video to describe some of these upcoming redirections and planetary energies. So this is the soul reflections video, and I'm going to start it out by talking about the fact that we just had the north and the south node change signs. Now, in astrology, the nodes, the north and south node, they're not planets, but they're points in space, but they're very important points in space in astrology. They talk about the karmic energies and karmic redirections of energies that are to take place, both as an individual, because you all have nodes in your charts, and these transiting nodes are affecting you in some way with whatever house they're transiting, but on a larger level, on a global level, the nodes are helping us to karmically shift the energies on this planet. And when we talk about the South Node in astrology, we talk about the past. We talk about energies that are no longer appropriate for where we're going as far as the next step on our evolutionary journey. And the North Node is the energy that we are working towards, what it is that we're supposed to be focused on. And the nodes just came out of the signs of Taurus and Scorpio. They were there for approximately a year and a half. And as that south node has been traveling through Taurus during that time, it was bringing up some karmic issues regarding money and finances. Again, this is on both a personal and a global scale, as well as values, our values versus other people's values, or our values as a people versus government values or corporate values and things of that nature. Now, the North Node was in Scorpio, and that was bringing up, along with Saturn traveling through Scorpio, bringing up some karmic issues regarding power and control, and bringing up issues regarding secrets that have been held by those that are in power and control, things that are hidden that needed to come to light. And what Scorpio energy really is all about is empowerment. And so us as a people, it has been about empowering us, empowering humanity. And so again, as we watch the last year and a half, we've seen secrets being exposed. We've seen things that were hidden come to light. And we've seen us as a people becoming more and more empowered. And now the nodes have shifted. And it doesn't mean that, all of that stuff that we were talking about as far as secrets and things being exposed, it's not that it just, stops. It's just that now we're transporting the energies into a new set of signs, and that is going to be Aries and Libra. So now the South Node, again, which is the past, and what we kind of have to let go of or release our hold on. Just like with that South Node being in Taurus, we were releasing our hold on material things, and yes, money is important and it's a tool for us to use, but it's not the important and most important thing, in the world and on this planet. Unconditional love is. And that's what is going to bring our society and us as a human race back into a place of balance and healing, is love, not money. So now we have the South Node being in Aries, and Aries is all about the individual, the self. We that stand alone by ourselves and take charge of ourselves and focus on what we want and what we desire and what's best for us. But what we need to work towards is that North Node now. Now that North Node is in Libra. And Libra is about working together. It's about partnerships. And I'm not just talking about partnerships in a romantic sense at all. I'm talking about partnering with others of like mind. I'm talking about supporting one another. Um, it's about, Libra's about cooperation, compromise, sharing, helping, supporting, back and forth one another. And this is where us, again, as a society, as humanity on this earth, we need to work with one another. We need to, look in the mirror, because every individual on this planet is a mirror to us, and they are showing us an aspect of ourselves, because we're all interconnected. And that's what this North Node in Libra is about, is showing us how we're all interconnected and showing us how we all need to work together, and we all need to support one another, and we all need to use those qualities of compromise and cooperation and diplomacy and sharing and helping to bring this planet to the next step on its evolutionary journey, to bring it back into a place of balance and peace and harmony. Again, all Libra traits. What we need to move away from is that South Node in Aries, and move away from us standing alone or trying to do it by ourselves, or thinking that we're more important than everybody else. And there is something to be said with focusing on yourself and helping yourself and taking care of yourself. And I'm not saying that you're not supposed to do that. But what I am saying is that really ultimately what it is bringing the two energies into a nice balance. The North Node in Libra, the South Node in Aries, bringing it into a balance. But we have to kind of get away from thinking that we have to do it alone, or we're the only ones that can take care of it. We have to start realizing that we're all a part of the whole, and we're all interconnected, that Libra partnership. So we all have to work together to bring humanity and our Earth, and where we're going, to the next step as far as peace and prosperity and abundance and equality. Libra is the sign of the sign of the scales, and it's about equality for everybody. And when the scales are out of balance, as they have been, Libra's not happy. So this next year and a half, while these nodes travel through these two signs, that's what the focus is going to be, is bringing things back into balance and bringing things back into an equality for all, and bringing the planet to harmony. Now, coming up here on February 26th, we have Jupiter squaring Uranus. And briefly, Jupiter is about expansion and growth and our belief systems. And Uranus is about sudden and unexpected turns of events and unique and brilliant ideas. And a square is usually a challenging kind of energy. And so I think what we're going to see, and this is pretty much right now as it's building up in the next couple of days, we're going to see some sudden redirections or some sudden expansion and growth that's occurring. I also feel that this ties in with the fact that February is a 9 universal month and March is a 1 universal month. So this February has been about endings and releasing and letting go and emotional purging and just kind of riding the wave, so to speak. But March is when I feel like this year of the horse truly kind of gallops in and begins. The 1 month of March, the energy of March being a 1 personal month, is starting off in a new direction, taking charge, and it's really going to be a beginning here. And I think that's what Jupiter squaring Uranus on February 26th is about, is some sudden growth and sudden redirections that are going to take place. Now on February 28th, Mercury, the planet of communication, ideas, it's going direct. It's been retrograde for about the whole month of February, and so that there has been miscommunication, misrepresentation of maybe ideas, all things that deal with thoughts and speaking and communicating. So now, by March 1st, it will go direct, and things will start to, very slowly, as it picks up speed, it will we'll start having more clarity in our own thoughts, in the decisions that we need to make. We may have been cloudy lately about, decisions and what choices to make. That's going to clear up. Our communications are going to be better. The ideas are going to start flowing a little bit better, so that'll be good. On March 1st, we have another planet that's changing directions, just like Mercury's changing directions to go direct. Mars, which is our forward momentum and our energy movement, is actually going to be going retrograde. So it's already kind of slowing down, and it's about at 27 degrees Libra, and that's where it will go retrograde until May. May is when it turns back to direct motion and comes out of its shadow period, as we call it, by July. So what you're going to find from March 1st until especially May, and then maybe even into July, is things just slowing down a little bit. It's going to be, it's not going to stop things, it's just going to slow the progress of things, and that's not necessarily bad. It's just about being able to make sure that we pay attention to everything that needs to be paid attention to when we're, working as far as the next step on our path, finding a new job. This is also about relationships because Mars is in Libra, the sign of relationships. So it's giving us time to kind of work out any energies that need to be worked out before we go full steam ahead. And again, between May and July, when it goes direct and starts picking up speed and gets past the point of where it went retrograde, that's when things will really pick up speed, that second half of this year of 2014. On March 2nd, Saturn, the planet of lessons, and some astrologers call it the planet of karma, is going into a retrograde motion as well. So the very next day after Mars goes retrograde, Saturn goes retrograde. And Saturn is about structure. And again, it's about lessons. And it's in the sign of Scorpio right now. So it's been bringing up some karmic lessons in regards to power and control issues while it's been in Scorpio for some months now. And I feel like with Saturn going retrograde, I think it will continue to kind of bring to the surface some of those karmic issues on the planet regarding power and control. But it's going to also give us time to restructure and bring stability to plans that we may have been working on over these last few months. So again, it's giving us time. Saturn rules time, and Saturn's going to be giving us time to move forward in the appropriate way. So again, it's kind of working with Mars and taking things step by step, going little by little, not skipping any steps. I think we're going to see movement, yes, but I think, again, the real movement we're going to see after July, because also Saturn will go direct in the month of July, and that's when Mars also passes its shadow point, is in July. So I think from July on, it's going to be a really great rest of the year. Now, a couple more things just quickly is on March 5th, Venus moves out of Capricorn, where it was retrograde for a while, and it's going to be going into the sign of Aquarius, so there's going to be more focus on our values on a humanitarian level. And then on March 6th, Jupiter is going to go direct, and so another planet that's changing directions. Jupiter has been retrograde for a little while, and it's been retrograde actually since November 2013, and now on March 6th, Jupiter will be able to go direct, and it will come out of its shadow around June. So you can see where this June-July time period is going to be very important. I am going to wait until probably another 2 to 4 weeks before I talk about the grand square that's coming up in April. But with all these planetary shifts that are happening right now that I've just described, it's all going to be forming, well, not all of them, but a lot of them are going to be forming what's called a grand square in April 2014. And this is when there's going to be a lot of things shaken up in a good way. I mean, some of us might feel challenged by it, but in reality, all of these planetary energies, as they're working from a universal standpoint, is bringing us to the next step on our evolutionary journey, again, as humanity. And April is really going to see some big, big changes that are coming up. So right now it's kind of the warm-up. You're seeing the warm-up. So I hope this has described some of the energies for you and given you kind of a heads up as what's going to be happening on the planet here for the next couple of weeks. And until next time, I send you many, many blessings of love and light, and many blessings of peace and prosperity and abundance.